Hey Cardinals, today we're going to talk about place value. Place value. What's the value of a digit when you put it in a different place? Makes sense, right? Place value, okay? All right, if we have a digit, let's say for example a 4, well, the value of that 4 is going to change depending on where you put it in a number. If you put it all the way over here on the right-hand side, this is called the, you know what it is, it's the ones place. It means we're talking about 4 of these things right here. 4 of these ones units, okay? So in the ones place, 4 has a value of 4 of these. Now, what's the greatest number that you can ever put in the ones place? The biggest number you could ever put there. You know what it is, it's 9, sure. It's going to be 9, because if we get more than 9, we get a 10. Okay? And a 10 moves us over to the next place, that tens place. Okay? So we've got the ones, and we got the tens. Now, this is 1 in the tens place. This is 110. If we had 4 of these, if we had the number 4 here, we'd have 4 of these. 4 tens makes, do you know what it is? It's 40, sure. It's going to be 40. We would count by 4 tens, 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay? Now, what's the greatest number that you could ever put in the tens place? Again, it's going to be 9, right? If we get more than 9, we're going to get 100. If we have 10 tens, we're going to make 100. It takes 10 of these to make 100. Okay? So moving that 1 over, now we would have 1, 10, 100, or 4, 40. Now, how many of these? You'd have 4 of these, it would be 400. So this is the hundreds place. All right? So the value of your number is going to change depending on where you put it. All right? Stick with me here for a minute. If I have the number 7, if I have the digit 7, well, how much would it be if I put it here in the ones place? It would be 7. If you have 7 ones, you have 7. What if I put it here in the hundreds place? What if I put a 7 there? What's it going to be now? What's that value? It's going to be 7 of these, so it's 700. Sure, 700. Okay? How about if I come and I put it here in the tens place? How much do you have if you have 7 in the tens place? We call that 70. Good. We call it 70. All right, now, these 3 numbers, the hundreds, tens, and the ones, they're in what we call the ones period. Now, a period, now you're used to hearing a period at the end of the sentence. In this case, period has more than one meaning. In this case, period means a set of 3 places, ones, tens, hundreds. In the ones period, the ones, the tens, and the hundreds, they're all counting these. Okay? Ones, tens, hundreds. But 100 means 100 of these in the ones period. Now, if we move to the next period over, we're going to have the same 3 places again. This first place, now I bet you know what it is, it's called the thousands place, right? Well, this whole period right here is called the thousands period. We're not going to count by ones anymore. Now we're going to count by thousands. Look, it's the same shape. It's a cube, right? But now it's 1,000 of them. It would take 10 of these hundreds flats to make 1,000 of these, to make 1,000, right? 10 hundreds flats make 1,000. All right, so this is called the thousands period. Now, the first place, just like in the ones period, just like this was 1, 1, this is 1,000, okay? It looks the same, right? But it got bigger by 1,000 times. So this would be the 1,000s place. What do you think that place is going to be? Do you know? Yeah, it's going to be the 10,000. You want to see what that looks like? This is 1,000, all right? Look, if we had a 1 and a 10, 1,000, you ready? 10,000, okay? It's going to look like this. It would take 10,000 of these to make this, okay? 10,000 of these make this. So this is 1,000s. 10 thousands. All right? So that's the 10 thousands place. Do you know what's coming next? I bet you do. What comes after? Ones, tens, what's that going to be? It's going to be not the hundreds, but the 100,000s. Ones, tens, 10,000s, ready? 100,000s, okay? 10,000s, 100,000s. This is what 100,000 of these would look like. 100,000, okay? That big old 100,000s flat, okay? So you have the 1,000s, the 10,000s, and the 100,000s, all right? Now, do you know what the next place over is? Do you know what the next period over is? Excuse me, because we've got three places again, right? What's the next period over? Ones, thousands, you know what that is. I bet you've heard it before. Starts with an M. Millions period. Good. It is the millions period. Now, what shape do you think the 1 millions would look like? What do you think? Well, the ones place, when we were talking about just the ones, it was this cube right here, right? And then when we got to the 1,000s, it was this big cube right here, right? It looked like the hundreds flat, only it got three-dimensional. It took 10 of these, okay? That millions, the one, I don't have one, because it would be huge. It would look like this, but it would be a cube. See, this one's thin, just like the hundreds flat is thin. This 100,000s flat is thin. It would be a cube like this, okay? So that would be 1 million. What do you think, what would be the next place over, do you know? 1 millions, what would be next? Come on, tell me. It would be, yeah, the 10 millions, good. It would be the 10 millions. It would be the 10 millions, all right? What shape would it look like? Do you remember? The tens rod, right? That's 10 ones, 10 thousands, 10 millions would be a wide thing like this, and it would be how many high? It would be 10 of these high. It would go out the ceiling. It would go way above the building. That would be 10 million. 10 million. And then, what's the next place? You know, 100 million. There you go. The 100 millions. All right. The 100 millions. That would be 10 of these across, 10 of these high. Okay, it would be a huge 100 millions flat. Okay, again, we couldn't fit it in a room, couldn't fit it in the gym. Okay, 10 of them wide, 10 of them high. All right, so when we talk about place value, all right, our numbers are going to change, our value is going to change depending on where we put the digits. So let's put some digits on here and see what we're talking about. If I put a 5 here in the tens place, what's the value? 5 tens, 5 of these. It's going to be 50. Good. It's going to be 50. All right? Now, if I put that 5 here, look what place it's in. It's in the hundreds place, right? So we would say 500, but we have to say 500. Now, what period? 500,000. It would be 500,000. What would that look like? It would look like this. 5 here, and then all of these places would be zeros. 500, and then we put that comma, and that comma is where we say 1,000. 500,000. That's what it would look like. What if we put that 5 out here? Okay? What place is it in? It's in the ones. 5 in the ones place, we just say 5. But now it's 5 million. It's 5 million. What does that look like? It's going to be the 5 where it is, and then all these places have zeros. 5 million. 5 million. Okay? All right, so when we're talking about place value, again, the value of the number changes depending on the place that it's in. I could put a 5 anywhere in here, but it's only going to be worth 5 when it's in what place? The ones place. Okay? Everywhere else, we're going to have to add zeros to it, and the value is going to become greater. The further we go to the left, what happens to the value of the number? the greater it gets. Further we go to the right, what happens to the value of the number? The less it gets, okay? All right. All right. Click on the link to the worksheet and give some place value a try. If you have any questions, shoot me an email.